Hi everyone, Lisdalia here, aka the Queen of Hearts. Welcome to my channel, especially those of you who are new. Today we are checking out episode 2 of The Acolyte. So, after thinking about it some more, after seeing the first episode, I'm a little concerned as to whether or not I'm going to be able to get on board with this series. Mainly because I find a lot of the acting, particularly when it comes to like the Jedis, very slow, very methodical, very bland, to say the least. And that sort of stuff tends to drive me a little bit batty. I love the action. I love the fight sequence. I love that whole thing with the ship blowing up. I loved all of that, but I'm a little concerned that that's going to be kind of few and far in between, and that there's going to be a lot of episodes that, to me, are going to feel really extremely drawn out. I'm really hoping that this episode, being the second one, is going to be an indicator as to how much action there's going to be in comparison to a lot of the very slow, methodical dialogue and exposition that they tend to do in Star Wars shows. And that'll kind of really give me an indication as to whether or not I'm going to be fully on board with this series. I'm still also really disappointed about the fact that they killed off Carrie-Anne Moss's character within the first 5 minutes of the series. That really kind of bugs me, particularly as they're using her image to help promo it on Disney Plus, and yet she was gone straight away. So I'm hoping that means maybe we'll get some flashbacks and stuff of her, but otherwise to me it feels a little like false advertising. I was expecting that she was going to be one of the main characters in the series, and yet she's gone practically straight away. There's one thing to do kind of like a Game of Thrones thing where you're expecting to be following Sean Bean's character through the entire series, and then you end up killing him at the end of the first series, and the whole idea of that was to let people know that, nobody was safe. You thought everybody was fine, and the saviors would always win the day, and they'd always survive, and that sort of stuff, and let you know that anybody could die at any point in time. So it worked for that particular show. But here, she's just been killed off straight away. It's just what was the point in advertising that she was in it? She's only going to have a really small cameo. What's the point in having her as a main promo? Obviously, it's to get the eyes in and get people to come in and watch the show in the first place. But I'm really disappointed that she's not actually in it anymore, and it's kind of turned me off. I'll be honest. It's kind of turned me off. The end of the last episode also ended in a very, very, stereotypical moment for me, where you had, obviously, the bad guy, girl in this case, going and meeting what is obviously her mentor, who's obviously the bad mentor, and hidden in the Sith garb and the red lightsaber and whatnot. And I feel like that trope of, we acknowledge that and there's another bad guy over here that the good guys don't know about, I feel like that sort of thing gets used at the end of a lot of the movies and the series and things. I feel like I've seen that sort of montage moment quite a bit, where you'll have a lesser apprentice character speaking to their master, and then you realize that person is actually still alive or something. I think they did something like that with the Darth Maul character. I can't remember what the show was that we had it, but there was a moment there where the apprentice was talking to Darth Maul, and then you realize, wait, Darth Maul is still alive. And it was done as one of the final frames or sequences of, I can't remember what it was now. But I feel like they've done that sort of thing quite a few times. And honestly, I'm just that's not much of a cliffhanger in a Star Wars universe anymore. Having that, oh no, there's another bad guy and there's another major bad guy over here that the heroes don't know about. Of course there is. There always is. This isn't a shock. Give us something new. Give us something different. Change it up. I hope they do that throughout the rest of this series. They've got a lot of things that they can be working with here, because it's set so far ahead of everything that we know. The Jedi religion and the Jedi way of life is alive and thriving, and it's well respected and everything at the moment. So there's a lot of things that could be doing here that is different to what we've already seen and what we already know. At least in like a live action perspective from the stuff that I have seen. And I just really hope that they do something different, that they don't rely on the same tropes that they've been doing for the last like 20, 30 years or however long Star Wars has been around for. I don't know, I can't remember. So yeah, I really hope they sort of freshen things up, do something different. Don't you be using the same old tropes. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm going to dive straight into it. I don't have any predictions as to where this show is going. I have hopes of where I want it to go, and we'll see what they give us with this episode. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, or let me know that you want to be seeing more Star Wars reactions, whether or not I enjoy it or not. I'll watch it if you guys want to see it. Consider subscribing if you're not already. It'll really help the channel out. It means the world to us. And make sure to hit that notification bell and select the all button so that way you don't miss out on any of my future reactions. And if you are interested in a full-length reaction of The Acolyte, I do offer those over on my Patreon. They are all in a watch-along style format, so you do need your own copy if you want to be following along. But the link will be in the description below. The first episode is already available there. It is a free watch along. The first episodes are always free. So if you want to be checking that out and see if that is something you're interested in, if the style works for you, do go and check that out. The second episode, this episode won't be free, but you know, you'll be able to at least check out the first one. See what you think. All right. Let's dive into it. Let's get into it. Let's bring up the heart rate monitor. For anybody who's new to my channel, I use a heart rate monitor, and that way you guys get to see what moments get my heart pumping. Given the dialogue and stuff, I'm not expecting a lot of movement on the heart rate monitor today, but you know what? You never know. You never know. Let's bring up the show. Alright. Let's see what we think. Episode 2. Anybody who is watching via the Patreon, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to us. I really appreciate every bit of support that you guys give us. Kisses to you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Please let me know in the comments down below, Patreon specifically, if there's any shows or particular or anything like that that you would like me to be checking out in the future. I'm trying to sort of pre-plan ahead as to what shows I should look at moving forward and things like that, and what shows we should be watching on the channel, or movies. If there's any movies that you want me to be checking out, do let me know. I'd be really interested to find out what sort of stuff you'd like me to check out. All right, let's dive into it. Episode 2, playing in 3, 2, 1.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered on Ueda.
All right, we're going to
The
recap.
suspect matched your description.
We have a suspect in custody. An old Padawan of yours, Osha Anasea.
We're planning an escape.
I feel like I recognize the guy that's playing him. But I don't know where I know him from. I just recognize him. Which is so weird because you didn't believe it when somebody else suggested it like 30 seconds earlier to this conversation. But benefit of the doubt. Giving the show the benefit of the doubt. Benefit. Olega? Olega? Local Jedi Temple. Okay. Did you just... Okay. Okay, the Jedi Temple is in place for games. Now run along. This is your last warning. Oh no, just unlock it. Okay. fabulous coat again. So is she just wanting to kill, like, all Jedis or specific Jedis? Because this is obviously, like, a vengeance thing. But is it specific Jedis or all of them? Meditating? Or dead already? I'm assuming not dead already. Oh, meditating and hovering. Doing a, we saw Luke do that in one of the movies. Is he actually there? Wait, so she always, this is the second time she's told them to attack her. She's got like a force field around him. Haha, force field. Interesting. Does he even know that she's there? So it's not a kill all the Jedi situation, because otherwise she would have like jumped down and taken him from behind or something. It's just specific Jedi that she seems to have. But she always is, I'm saying always, we've seen it twice. But she's like, attack me first. Why does she not just like, why does she make them attack her first? Why doesn't she do the first hit? She's like, you go, you attack me with all you've got. Interesting. Is it like an ability thing? No. What is a mechanic? I know they were out on the thing before. Okay. It's so interesting that they can all understand droids from beeps and stuff, and they understand the language. I wonder how that happens. Yeah, I'm still adamant that Yord is either going to drive me nuts or be endearing. But that was very quick to get proof. You could literally just say that there was another crime done at the same time and proven that she could not be doing the same thing. And that way, Yord would be like, oh, okay. But instead, you're going to keep that information to yourself, and so Yord is going to be a douche the entire episode, at least. I want her coat. I've said it about her coat a number of times, but I just want her coat. I want it in red. Hey, Manny! I mean, I know he's not Manny, but he plays Manny in The Good Place. What is his... No, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. Who are you to her? So they're both apprenticed to the thing? Just making a cocktail? Poison? In the drink or something? Food? Alright. Is he gonna dub her in? Pip needs legs. This is trying to father figure right now. But you said in the last episode the sister set the fire. So did she fake her own death? I'm guessing we're going to have some sort of moment where there's confusion over which is the good versus the bad sister. Like, the bad sister will pretend to be the good sister, or the good sister will pretend to be the bad sister. One of those moments is going to happen. That is the most energetic Jedi I've seen. Stop squirming! So we're doing the whole... We can tell the difference between the two sisters because one has long hair and the other one doesn't. He's got a weird eye. He's gonna drink it. So they did do something. They did actually do something. How did she get there before the others if the other guy was taking them directly to him? So now it's gonna be... You did this. You got the vial. So what you doing? You murdered him. Absolutely what you're just gonna do. Seriously. See? That you took the long way? Alright, well at least that's something. Jesus Christ. Why did the others take so long to get there? What took them so long to get there? So freaking stupid. You are the most energetic Jedi I've ever seen. So he's going to be like a very straight-laced, I want to get in on the action. I can't quite decide how I feel about Yord at the moment. Pip. A little purple. That did not look like. That little bit of fabric did not make that the whole outfit. That was like a slip of a scarf. Awkward. You're very creepy right now. Straight away with the lightsaber. Jesus Christ, dude. Something about that whole exchange doesn't sit right. Like, he's obviously playing them. I just don't know how. And if he's not playing them and this is legit, oh my god. This is so lame. Because it probably is a trap. Like, it absolutely should be a trap. Logically, the kind of character he's meant to be. This should be a trap. If it's not a trap, I'm very disappointed, Star Wars. Mm-hmm. To save her. From what, herself? Yeah, he's absolutely one of them. That's absolutely you. Who didn't see that one coming? She's yet to prove that she deserves it. Ugh. Something needs to happen. Come on. She is coming back, alright. Weird. Why is this not a trap? At least we're getting some action. Do you want her to attack you with a weapon? She tried to grab his lightsaber. Is she missing all her knives now? They are literally right below you. Why are you using what looks like binoculars? Is this to record? If it's to record, okay, fair enough. If you're doing it like a camera. But this is like a binocular thing, not a recording thing. Searching her mind to find out who he is. Just step out. Just have a step out. Always going for the lightsaber, dude. Damn, that's a smoke bomb. I know this is what you just like move the dust with the force and stuff, but still effective. That should have made like a giant crater in the ground with the amount of dust she sent flying through the air. But it's still perfectly flat. You're just casually strolling. Say something. I'm assuming you're not a lousy Are you a lousy shot, or is it a lousy gun? Is it the Star Wars universe where nobody can actually hit anything? I'm very disappointed in you that you tried to attack her. Or I'm very disappointed that you didn't catch her. Can't tell. We're both disappointed in you. Don't know why. Oh my god. No wonder the Jedi fucking failed. You know where she's going, and instead of, like, going there, we're gonna have a meeting and discuss it. This is bureaucracy at its finest. We know what the problem is. We know where the problem's going. Let's chat about it for a while and resolve nothing. Why did you not set a trap for them? A Wookiee Jedi. Cool. You only just noticed that he was gone? So many shots showing off the locations, and I get it, but still, ugh. A crashed ship. Hyperdrive we can strip for parts. How should I know? You look like Bigfoot. This is very intriguing to have a Wookiee as a Jedi. Like, Wookiees are very... Why would he ever need... Why would he need to use... Okay. Interesting. Do we have anything afterwards? No, there's no post-credit thing. Okay. Right. I'm finding many moments in this series very annoying, very stupid, very logic fails. I can't quite get behind any of the characters at all. Like, I was hoping I'd be able to find Yord endearing after a while, that his sort of, like, stoicness and his whole thing could become endearing, and, but it's, no, I just find myself rolling my eyes so much during this show. Once again, very little action happening. It was a exposition after exposition after exposition. There was a couple of moments, but not a lot. There was that moment at the end where May was fighting Sol, but there wasn't really a lot going on. I don't really know how I feel about it. I feel like this show is gonna drive me nuts. I feel like I'm gonna get so annoyed with this show over the course of it. Yeah, there were certain things that it was just like, why? Okay, so you had the standoff with the sister. Expected that to happen. And either you meant to miss her, or the gun was just awful and it missed her. Either way is plausible. But then she shot again, so then that makes me think that she didn't intend to miss her. She did intend to actually shoot her, and either she's a lousy shot, or the sights on the gun are awful. Either way, like, it's very typical for a Star Wars universe for nobody to ever get hit. Yeah, that was a whole thing with all of that. I did find it refreshing that, yes, we had the moment of you killed the Jedi, you're standing over the body with the murder weapon in your hands. We had that whole sequence, which, you know, I was expecting to happen, and it did. But at least it didn't stay that way, didn't dwell on that, because we had Yord being follow her and watching her and keeping an eye on her. So at least we, you know, glossed over that pretty quickly. But yeah, I do appreciate that it wasn't so stereotypical. There was a lot of moments where it was just like very by the book, and there were some moments that were just logic fails. But, you know, all in all, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I feel about the show. I don't know. All right, let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Is this something that, are you enjoying this? Are you, like, following and are you behind all of this, or are you like me and you're sort of struggling with it a little bit? Really curious as to how you're feeling about this show. We're now 2 episodes in. It's getting released every week. Which is also quite interesting. Most shows sort of drop everything all at once, but this is a weekly release. So, you know, maybe having that time in between each episode will help it to not feel like quite so each time. We'll have to wait and see. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It'll let me know that you want me to continue persevering with this series and continue trying to get on board with it all. Consider subscribing if you're not already, and make sure to hit that notification bell and select all so you don't miss out on any future videos. Remember, if you want to check out a full-length reaction for this episode, it is available in my Patreon. The link is in the description below. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Much love to you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.